I hope my horrible ugliness won't be a distraction to you.
Not at all, boy!
All right, that's it. I warned you.
Hey, how's it going?
Sweet you know, food you don't have to pick.
Shake.
They sell meat there.
Shake.
Why are you at
Shake.
No, shut up! I'm talking to him.
He's George Washington. The Magnus von Grapple has that effect on people.
No, we're not at all prepared to do this, man. No, my bombs. Golly, there goes our booty. Don't mind, there goes our booty. Okay.
It's time for Mario Kart, and you might notice that I'm not on camera. Well, I kind of am on camera. I don't know. I've got a little PNG there of myself. I don't know. Is this a VTuber? Is this what VTubing is? There was a PNGTuber tag on the like Twitch information, stream information sort of thing, but I don't know if that's like a trolley thing or what. Either which way, I think it kind of applies here. I found a sweet little plugin that could make the image source react, and you kind of have like a South Park Canadian talking head thing, like, "Hey, buddy, I'm not your friend, buddy. I'm not your guy, pal," or whatever. If you're familiar with South Park, I don't know. Maybe you are, maybe you aren't. Either which way, you're probably familiar with Mario Kart because that's why you came into the stream, and that's exactly what we're doing today. Last week, we tackled the new courses for the first time, and I have not played since. I am keen on getting another crack at those courses because, well, like I said, one run-through probably isn't enough to forge a concrete opinion on any of them. Off the top of my head, I really liked the Donkey Kong, like, snowboard one. I don't even remember the name of it, but I know I enjoyed that. And I also enjoyed the Yoshi's Island original track that they released as well. Mostly for the music. I mean, I just love Yoshi's Island music. I mean, who doesn't, really, all things considered? It's so happy, so jovial, so carefree and delightful in a way that's, I guess, not necessarily dissimilar from most Nintendo soundtracks. And honestly, what's even more joyous than that is the fact that I'm somehow in second place off the bat here. I mentioned last Friday that is, when we streamed this, that I'm not very good at Mario Kart. I'm not very good at most video games, to be honest with you, but I'm even less good at Mario Kart because I don't have a huge host of experience playing it. I, again, mentioned last week that I played it a little bit at Mario Kart 64, as it was like kind of a party game when we had sleepovers and stuff. And then I also did own Mario Kart DS for a brief period of time there. It was the only DS game I owned. When I went to Germany, I mentioned this as well on last stream. Look at this, we're circling back to everything. I got the Minish Cap for that trip to Germany, and I played the heck out of it, really enjoyed it. That aside, I went to Germany to visit my godparents, and along the way, I saw several other family members who also came to visit as part of that same trip. And during the course of this, they all gave me money. You know, like, I guess that's not necessarily unheard of. You know, when you send like an 11-year-old, 12-year-old on a trip, you're like, "Hey, here's $20. Buy yourself a souvenir, buddy." And I'm like, "Yeah, sweet." Except I didn't buy any souvenirs. Looking back on it, I mean, that's kind of not a great idea. If I were to go to Germany again now as an adult, I would definitely, buy like a Stein or a t-shirt at the very least, goodness gracious. But no, I pocketed all that money, all the money that my parents sent me with and all the money that any of my family members gave me as well. And when I got back to the States, you know what I did with it? I bought a Nintendo DS. Yeah, I knew I was going to do that from the minute money started piling up in my hands, actually. I think the DS was, I don't know, $150, maybe $200 at the time. It was just right after release. And I knew that the only way I was going to get that was with my own money, and the only way I was going to get money was through donations, charitable donations by my family. And donate they did. And like I said, the only game I got with it was Mario Kart DS, which might have came with the system itself. It might have came with the console. I don't actually remember, but for a brief period of time, that was it until I had convinced a friend to sell me Super Mario 64 DS. How many games are there with multiple consoles in the title? They sold me that for like $5 and like a side of mashed potatoes at lunch at middle school. So, yeah, that ended up being a game I played a heck ton of, Super Mario 64. And really, while we're talking about games that I have and haven't played a lot of, I know I mentioned earlier that I didn't play a whole lot of Mario Kart growing up. Like, I don't know, I definitely didn't grind it or anything. I played a lot of platformers. Those were the games I played. Platformers and adventure games, and I suppose RPGs as well. Grew up a big Nintendo fan, as you might imagine, since that's like the extent of everything I play on Twitch and YouTube. Oh, the red shell. But yeah, no, I grew up a huge Nintendo fan, and predominantly due to the case of Mario and Zelda, because Mario was the first like really big experience I had with video games. When I was a wee lad, I think I was like 4 years old. My family and I, we lived in Virginia. My dad was in the Coast Guard, and he was stationed at Chesapeake Bay. And my mom worked at the preschool that I attended, and in between our apartment and the preschool was a Toys R Us. Yeah, so you can imagine that little old 4-year-old LP was like, man, Mom, take me to Toys R Us, please. And she did. We didn't have like a lot of money, really, because my dad was just in an I think like E2, E3, and if you're not familiar with like military pay grades, that's pretty close to the bottom, right? You start off at E1, but really you're an E2 by the time you get out of whatever basic training is. And yeah, so that's where we're at the time of Virginia. So as you might imagine, not a lot of spending money. So my mom and I would go to Toys R Us, and we would play Super Mario 64. We would play it on the little like, net crank friggin' screen 7 feet in the air, and you're whatever, a little like 2 foot tall 5-year-old, you're gonna crank the heck out of your neck just to get a glimpse of it. Either which way though, it had a huge impression on me, and maybe 2 years later, I got an N64 for Christmas. I remember we lived in Oregon at this time. Yeah, there's a lot of moving in my in my childhood. A lot of moving around. Part of having a parent in the military. That's gonna happen. But we lived in Oregon at the time, and I had a neighbor friend who had a Nintendo 64. And this was around Christmas, and gifts were piling up under the tree. The parents would put some out, the relatives would send some, they'd sit under the tree until the actual, celebration itself. Anyways, there was one particular package that sat under the tree. It was ominously shaped, a cool rectangle, about 6 pounds. Oh man, I would go over to Corey's house, my friend. I would grab his N64. I would hold it for a few minutes. Then I'd run home and grab this package, and I was like, by goodness gracious, they weigh the same. Of course, I had no way of verifying that, right? I'm a 6-year-old at this time. I don't understand weights or anything like that, or how, the packaging weighs into that factor as well. But push comes to shove, Christmas Day arrives, I head straight for that package. I mean, what am I gonna do? There's a package over here shaped like socks. This one's underwear shaped. No! I'm going for the rectangle, all right? That thing got a Nintendo 64 in it. Or so I thought. I rip open the packaging, and what do I find? A train. What kind of sick joke is this? Mother, are you kidding me? My 6-year-old eyes well up with disappointment. I look them straight in the eyes, but never to fear, Santa had a secret present, and it was an N64. So, while I was grateful for the train set, it was just so, I don't know, surely you've been disappointed before, right? When you really expect something and you don't get it, particularly when you're a child, right? Like in adulthood, you're kind of just used to being disappointed. At this point, you've kind of built up a callus because everything's disappointing, right? Healthcare's disappointing, politics are disappointing, life is largely disappointing in some fashion. And you don't react as strongly to it. But as a 6-year-old, yeah, you're expecting an N64. It's a friggin' locomotive? What is this? No, all right? This is 1996. I don't play with trains anymore, all right? It's 1896. Anyways, I got the N64. I believe also Super Mario 64 came with it, and it's kind of blurry, right? Like I said, this is when I was 6 years old, which is over 2.5 decades ago, really, at this point, which is a freaking long time ago. Pretty crazy, man. I'm old. You're probably old too, but hey, no one needs to talk about that. Anyways, so I got Super Mario 64. I think I also got Banjo-Kazooie that same Christmas, though it's kind of blurry. That might have been the Christmas after. And then I also got Pokemon Stadium, which was a huge part of my childhood, man. Like the mini games alone. Like, you watching, if you're on Twitch, you're probably well familiar with Banjo, or excuse me, yeah, you're probably familiar with Banjo-Kazooie as well, but you're probably well familiar with Pokemon Stadium and the minigames. But they're a hoot. I was talking with my wife, actually, recently about this. We were watching the Runaway Guys Coliseum, goodness, already 2 weeks ago at this point when time freaking flies. Anyways, we were watching the Runaways Coliseum, and there was a segment where they played the mini games from Pokemon Stadium. I think it was part of Chaos Cookie. Anyways, they played those, and I recalled that was my introduction to sushi. And for the longest time, that was my only, experience with sushi, was sucking it down as a lick-a-tongue. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have sushi for the first time until I was almost 30. I was convinced that I didn't like it for some weird reason. I don't know. I had a weird, young adulthood. And I'll probably go into more detail on that someday in the future, but not now. Anyways, I was just convinced I didn't like sushi, despite having not actually tried it or even, come into contact with it. I hadn't even seen it in person. I was just like, no, that's raw fish? No. Lo and behold, I meet my fiance, now wife, and one of our first dates was at a sushi restaurant. Just because I was desperate to, not please her, but impress her. She loved sushi. She confided in me that it was her favorite food, and she really wanted to go have some. And I was like, whatever. I mean, what am I gonna say? No? Gosh darn it, I want to date you. Let's go have sushi. And we tried it, and I freaking loved it and never looked back. To be honest with you, if I could have a last death meal or a last meal before death or something, probably be sushi. Really. And I know sushi's kind of a vague term, right? That's what would you have before, your last meal? I'd have meat. Okay, what does that mean? That's that's vague. Sushi is kind of a large swath of things that can fit under it, right? There's all sorts of different types of rolls. There's different types of presentations. I don't know. To be honest with you, though, my favorite is a pretty basic roll. I do like every single kind of sushi. I don't think I've ever had a single roll or piece that I did not adore. But my absolute favorite, the Philadelphia roll. Oh, my goodness gracious. You just can't go wrong. Cream cheese, rice, of course, seaweed, yes, naturally. The smoked salmon, avocado. Oh, my goodness gracious. It's creamy and savory, all in the right places, and it just tickles my taste buds like you wouldn't imagine. All right, I could eat a good, and you're going to think I'm joking, but a good 9 or 10 Philadelphia rolls in one sitting. All right, there is an all-you-can-eat sushi place where we live here in Florida. Yeah, spoiler alert in case, I don't know, if you haven't tuned in a little bit, we moved from Denver to Florida because of work. Anyways, there's this all-you-can-eat place in Florida where we live, and we went there for the first time a couple weeks ago. Dude, I think I ate 16 rolls. And then dessert. It was atrocious, to be honest with you. It was horrifying. Children were hiding, people were screaming. It was really quite a scene. But I got my fill, and that's ultimately what I set out to do, right? You go to an all-you-can-eat place, you gotta put their name to the test, right? What is it, in 300? Immortals, we put their name to the test. Yeah, well, all you can eat, I'll put your name to the test, all right? You're gonna kick me out, because I've had that experience before. When we lived in Denver, there was an all-you-can-eat sushi place, and we actually went there a good many times, and we were good patrons. We would tip, we would eat everything that we ordered. We never left a mess, because my wife and I both spent time in the service industry, and we know just how awful that can be to bust tables and whatnot. But we went there one time, and we got ignored. We got the first 2 or 3 rolls, and everything was normal, right? They'd come up, they'd serve us, they'd get our order, they'd come up, they'd serve us, get our order, whatever. And then they just left us there. And it wasn't even they left us there and then came back and asked us to leave. They left us there, and we sat there for over an hour. I want to say it was an hour and 15 minutes before I finally decided, let's just leave. Because it got to a point where I was I don't even care. I'm not hungry anymore. I've sat here long enough that the 3 rolls we have ate have digested to where I'm not hungry, right? My stomach has reacted to that already. But I just wanted to pay. I was just let me pay the check and get out of here. No such luck. No such luck. So hey, at the very least, I guess those 3 rolls were free, but it really left a bad taste in our mouth, and we never went back. Thankfully, though, this all-you-can-eat place that we have found here in Florida, well, so far, I suppose, we've only been there once, right? There's still time for them to pull the same exact card, and still time for them to shun us like we were shunned at the last place. I believe it was called Sushi Yumi, for those of you in the North Denver area. If you want to go check it out, by all means, it's great sushi. Just keep in mind, they may not like you taking advantage of the all-you-can-eat thing. I don't know. Speaking of all-you-can-eat, Serena, my wife, and I are actually going to an all-you-can-eat place tonight, I think. We were talking about it before I came and set up for the stream, and speaking of stream setup, so I'm going to have to talk about that here soon too, because that is a whole conversation in and of itself. Anyways, yeah, we were talking about dinner. So we had been doing HelloFresh. If you're not familiar, they're like a food box thing. They send you a refrigerated box full of a week's worth of meals. Of course, you pick out the meals. Some people do like the full breakfast, lunch, dinner sort of thing. We were just doing a week of dinners, right? Because, you know, we can make oatmeal, coffee, and eggs and stuff for breakfast. And I don't know, we don't really eat lunch all that often. But anyways, we were doing it for dinners, and they send you all the stuff you need as well as the recipes for all of those meals. And they're pretty good meals. You can pick from like a wide, diverse slate of meals. We did a lot of Asian food, naturally, as you might imagine, but we also had some sweet European stuff, some Mexican cuisine, and then, of course, some traditional American stuff like burgers. And they send you these recipes. They're on, like, placards. And my wife, Serena, she planned our wedding when we got married. She's freaking awesome, and she's just superwoman. She planned our whole wedding by herself. It was like, well, I mean, I kind of helped too, but really, she deserves the credit. Anyways, when she was planning our wedding, she had this big, huge, like, organizer file book thing. And since, you know, we're married and presumably not going to marry each other again, or anyone else for that matter, right? Because, you know, that's just not, that's not possible, all right? We are like two perfect puzzle pieces. We're going to be together forever. Anyways, there was no need for that book anymore, so she took all of, like, the wedding information and stuff out of the page protectors, and we put in all of our favorite recipes from HelloFresh. And we went to the store, and we were doing some math, and we're like, you know what? We are paying like 3 times as much as we should for the HelloFresh stuff. And don't get me wrong, like if you do HelloFresh or any other meal service stuff, like that's cool. I think that's awesome. If you can afford that, by all large, like you should do that because they portion it out for you and it's super duper convenient to keep everything together the way that they package it, and it's a good deal. It's a good thing. But for us, we were looking to save a little bit of money. It just made sense for us to actually switch over and buy the ingredients ourselves at some place like, you know, Costco or Sam's Club or Walmart, someplace cheaper as opposed to the HelloFresh deal. And like I said, we keep all the recipes, so after doing it for a couple of months, we were able to procure a diverse slate of delicious meals, and you know, it tells you all the ingredients, so we've just been making that. But as we were talking before the stream, we're you know, which one of those do we want to make? We want to make maybe the firecracker meatballs or the hoisin chicken or something, and we're like, you know what? I don't really want to cook. Far be it from me, you know. I mean, I'm not necessarily a lazy person, but sometimes I just don't want to cook, and I do a lot of cooking. I consider myself like the primary cook in our house. Serena does help a lot, but I cook most of the meals. I think she would agree, at least on average. Hopefully she's not listening and getting mad at me. Either which way, though, we decided that we didn't want to cook, and there is another all-you-can-eat place even closer to us than that all-you-can-eat sushi place that I was mentioning earlier. It's not a sushi place. It's just like I think it's just a generic Chinese restaurant. They do make mention of all-you-can-eat sushi at the restaurant on, like, their website, but I don't know if sushi at a place like this, like a traditional Chinese buffet sort of place, is the sushi that I'll trust. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm definitely going to try it, of course, but I don't have any, like, delusions of grandeur or extremely high hopes about it. I'm just more or less interested in stuff like the broccoli beef or the lo mein, or shoot, dude, I'll eat a plate of egg rolls, all right? I'm not above that. I'm not above eating a plate of rangoons. I'm not above eating an entire vat of egg drop soup. Goodness knows that is the best freaking stuff. I don't even know. It's like chicken-flavored snot with little bits of, like, egg white in it. It's delicious. It's salty. And that's delicious, too. So, we'll go there after I wrap up the stream here in a couple hours, and I cannot wait because I didn't really eat anything today. I know I mentioned that we already don't eat lunch all that often, but we didn't even eat breakfast today, dude. It's St. Patty's Day, and the first thing we did was get up, go outside, and go disc golfing. You'd probably say, LP, that's not really like an Irish sort of celebration. No, you're right, it's not, but it is a celebration of sorts, right? Like, I don't know. If you don't play disc golf, it probably doesn't mean anything to you, but disc golf for me is like an occasion. Like, it's fun. Mind you, I'm not good at it, so that's why. I don't take it, like, seriously or anything. I'm not going there to really, like, care about the outcome. Granted, I do still, like, track my strokes and my score and stuff, but that's just for personal tracking, just to see, like, on a timeline how I've improved, or, well, how my skills possibly diminish. Goodness knows that I don't I don't progress at an exactly linear rate. Anyways, we got up and we did disc golf first thing this morning, and we didn't eat any breakfast. Unless, of course, you consider coffee breakfast, which I suppose we did have breakfast then. And I don't know, I mean, I do put like a scoop of protein powder in my coffee every morning, so I guess it does have some nutritional value, right? We use just the like standard gold, well, I say standard, the gold standard from Walmart whey protein. It's kind of expensive. It's like $27 for a bag, but I guess the bag lasts us a few weeks. And just a scoop of the chocolate protein, man, inside your coffee, as well as like a dash of cream. Oh, it's divine. And there's no guilt. I know that, so I've always drank a lot of coffee, right? I mean, this should go to no surprise to you if you're any, what's the word I'm looking for? If you know anything about me from your time here on Twitch or on the YouTube channel, if you're watching this as a VOD, you know that I love my caffeine, all right? I crave it at all times of the day. I'm sitting here with a cup of coffee right next to me and an energy drink. Yeah, don't take my example, all right? I have an extreme tolerance for caffeine, and that's probably due to my time in the Army, but that's another conversation for another time. Anyways, yeah, I love my caffeine. Not a sponsor. Love to get sponsored by Folgers or something. That'd be sweet. Anyways, where was I going with that? Oh, no, I've always loved coffee. I've always drank a lot of coffee in the morning and throughout the day, but I'd always, like, load it up with creamer. And if you, like, track your calories or if you're trying to, like, watch your sugar consumption, that sort of stuff will really get out of hand, right? A single tablespoon of your standard, like, vanilla coffee creamer, 35 calories, all right? And even if you get, like, the fat-free kind, I mean, it's still chock full of sugar. It's mostly sugar at that point. It's pretty much all sugar. Sugar and water in your coffee, which is brown water. You're drinking sugar water. It's it. Like, what are you, a butterfly? Sometimes I feel like a butterfly. Anyways, now that I've incorporated the protein, I feel less guilty because it also enables me to use a little bit less creamer at the same time, because the protein utilizes a little bit of artificial sweetener just to like produce the chocolate flavor, I suppose, but it still does affect the sweetness. And I'm not like, I know some people really can't stand artificial sweetener, right? Like, I'm not a huge fan of it. I can't really do diet sodas. Quick tip for you though, a half and half soda, not bad. You know, like a half Diet Coke, half regular Coke. It's actually pretty, almost indistinguishable from the real thing. So if you're looking for some diabetes risk mitigation, that might be a step you take. Anyways, I'm not a huge fan of the artificial sugars, but the artificial sugar in the protein powder kind of works pretty well with like a tablespoon of creamer, and then of course the rest of the coffee. I just wish I was one of the people that could drink coffee black. Like, I suppose I could, right? Like, it's not illegal, or yes, it's not illegal. It's not impossible for me to do that, of course. Like, you put a gun to my head, I'll drink a cup of black coffee and then promptly ask you why that's something you care so much about. But it's just not anywhere near the experience that I desire when I wake up in the morning, right? Like, part of the reason I drink coffee in the morning is, yes, the caffeine, the energy boost that it supplies, but two, it's kind of like a ritual, a little sweet treat to wake up to. I mean, I'd be lying if I didn't tell you that there were more often than not, I go to bed at night excited for the cup of coffee in the morning. Like, what is that? I sound like an addict. And maybe I am, all right? Maybe I am. It's psychologically addicting. Things can be like that. Of course, you don't need to develop a physical dependency, right? Like, I won't go into convulsions when I can't have coffee, because goodness knows there's been plenty of times in my life where I couldn't have coffee for a prolonged period of time, in fact. I mentioned I was in the Army. When you're in basic training, no coffee. Eventually, we did find our way into coffee. There was instant coffee hidden in the storeroom, and we found our way into the storeroom. It's over with now. We can't get in trouble for it, of course. But yeah, we snuck into the storeroom and got some instant coffee eventually. But there was still a period of a few months where I had no coffee, and it's fine. It's just makes the mornings a little bit sadder. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, speaking of sadder, I was listening to my stream, the last couple streams I had. I streamed on Wednesday. I did kind of like I don't even know what you want to call it, like a talk show sort of thing. I just read through like a bunch of the prior week's gaming news. I did that for a couple of reasons. I meant to maintain like a consistent stream schedule, and I just haven't done that. And I finally put one up And I was like, all right, you know what? I'm streaming 3 days a week. I'm gonna game on Monday and Friday, and I'm gonna do this just chatting thing on Wednesday, just to kind of, I don't know, break it up. Maybe more people will be into that. Maybe no one will be into it. And it kind of seemed like not very many people were into it. But anyways, it didn't sound very good. My audio was very poopy. And I already know why, right? It's because I have a bunch of like cheap microphones. What you're hearing now is the least cheap of the microphones, and it's the one that I should be using because it just sounds markedly better from all the rest. So last Friday, I used a Jabra Evolve headset that I had gotten from work, and that didn't sound very good. I think it maxed out at like 16,000 kilohertz, so you can imagine the quality is just not there. And then on Friday, I used a Tonor, I think it was TC30 for the model. I don't remember. And that is supposed to max out at like 44.1, but it still sounded pretty bad. It sounded really bad. And granted, I was, streaming in a very terrible environment for it, right? There's no carpet of any sort. It's all hardwood and the hard desk and a hard seat. I sit upon a cooler when I do this. I don't even have a desk chair because I just can't justify the expense yet. Yeah, so lots of reflective surfaces for sound to bust off of an echo and just make the vocals sound completely awful. The microphone I'm using now is a Blue Snowball, which many people consider a poor microphone still. I think it sounds okay. I mean, it's the best I've got right now, and I don't foresee, unless like the YouTube channel takes off. I did get like accepted into the YouTube partner program, so we're making a little bit of money there, but still not enough to justify buying like a $300 XLR mic and an audio interface. But that is coming eventually. For the time being though, and this is actually why I'm not on camera, so it's probably a good idea to cover all this. I'm in my closet. Yeah, I'm not like in the closet like like an innuendo. Like I am literally inside of a closet. I've got clothes on my head. I've got clothes in front of me. I've got clothes under my booty. All right, there's just clothes everywhere because yeah, I am in the freaking closet. When my wife went out of town 2 weeks ago, I decided to test something out, right? It was like, all right, if I can't improve the actual quality of my mic itself, maybe I can improve the quality of the audio environment in which I record. And I think that worked. What I did was I carried my mic and my computer and everything upstairs into my bedroom and specifically my closet where I can dampen the sound. There's certainly no echo here, right? And I think the relative like quietness, right? Like because when I shut the door and everything, like you listen for a second, that's silence, baby, and that's golden. There's nothing there that's gonna mess anything up. So I did that and I recorded a bunch of episodes of Paper Mario: The Thousand-Year Door, which is what I'm doing over on the YouTube channel. If you're not familiar, right, if you just stumbled across this Twitch channel, hi, welcome. You should check me out on YouTube. You should check me out on Twitter, Instagram, anywhere. I'm just glad you're here now. Anyways, on YouTube, I do LPs of Nintendo games, and right now the current series is The Thousand-Year Door, and I recorded a bunch of episodes in my closet while my wife was away, and I had every idea of taking everything back downstairs, and I still had been doing that while she was gone, right? Like I'd carry everything downstairs so I could sit at the desk and edit those videos for YouTube. But I thought that she would have, a problem with this setup. Granted, we have different closets, but it's still the same bedroom, and there's like a giant arm. Like I don't even have a mic arm attached to the microphone. I have a curtain rod. And then they're like tied together and I'm using some weights to like prop it in it's really janky. It's really janky, but hey, that's part of the reason why you're looking at a PNG of myself and not my actual face. Also because I'm naked. I mean, I'm not completely naked. Goodness gracious, don't flag me for inappropriate behavior here. I'm in shorts, but that's it because man, it gets hot in the friggin' closet. When you are just covered in clothes, believe it or not, this stifles the air around you. It really does. It's incredible what it'll do. It'll just heat the place up, especially when you're recording or streaming, which is already like a mildly stressful activity, right? Like you're kind of putting yourself out there. You're thinking, oh, I gotta talk, but I can't say anything stupid. But part of my brand is being stupid. Oh man. And so you produce sweat just from an anxiety standpoint, but you're also, like I said, surrounded by fabric. So it gets sweaty in here. I got beads of sweat dripping down my forehead. I look like I'm in a sauna. And hey, maybe that's good for like purging stuff, right? If I got any toxins up in this here skin, they're all over the floor by this point, goodness gracious. But I guess that makes it extra important that I have my beverages up here. Whenever I stream or record, my wife likes to laugh at me, but I always have a trio of beverages. I've always got like some sort of coffee, I've always got a cup of water, and then I've always got something like some sort of treat, you know, something nice, like a soda, or a Kool-Aid, or sometimes a beer, because I am friggin' 30, so hey, we're into that. And this is a beer stream, by the way. My third beverage, spoiler alert, is a beer, yes. I struggle to tell you which beer it is. It's let me look here. It's a Rolling Rock. Yes, it was the cheapest little 4-pack of beer we could find at Walmart today. I actually don't drink all that often, but it's St. Patrick's Day, and I thought, goodness gracious, Irish is like the second most makeup of my like gene pool. So I gotta celebrate. All right, sure, I wore green and am wearing green, but I wouldn't be a very good Irishman if I didn't have at least a pint. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying. Anyways, yeah, we're having Rolling Rock, and it comes in a green can, so that's something. That is something indeed. And you might also wonder, you probably don't wonder, but just because it's something to talk about, what the highest percentage of my like gene pool is, with Irish being the second, is Native American. Yeah, you'd never have guessed, would you? I don't know, maybe you could because of like my hair and my complexion, but yeah, most people don't guess that. That most people think I'm like Puerto Rican or something. But yeah, no, my dad's side is almost entirely Native American. There's a little bit of like Spanish in them, but like 90% Native American. They did the like the Ancestry.com genealogy test. A few of my aunts and uncles did, and they all came back pretty conclusively Native. And then some people on my mom's side also took the same test, and they all came back, well, for lack of a better term, white. They came back Irish and Anglo-Saxon, which I suppose is just like a fancy way of saying white. But I'm no, I don't know, I'm no scientist. So we continue to do well on these courses, which is nice. I mentioned that I didn't play any Mario Kart in between this stream and the last stream, but it seems that I have largely held on to the streak I was producing in the last stream. I thought that I was just getting lucky last time, and to that effect, maybe I am still just getting lucky, right? I mean, luck is entirely something out of my control, so that's entirely possible. But we're placing, I think, in like every match. There's a couple of times there where we, you know, really cut it close, kind of, but no, we're not winning all of them, and we're winning them on a less frequent basis than we did last time, but we are definitely competitive. And I think that's super cool, especially for playing on 150 cc's. When I first got this game, I don't think I actually played anything above 50 cc's until I streamed it last week. So yeah, that's a little fun fact for you. Oh no, not the bomb. Nope. Oh, goodness gracious. I almost blew myself up there. That wouldn't have been good. That being said, while we are having a good amount of success here, I am going to make this my last like cup. I'm not done streaming, of course, no worries. If anyone is there listening, this is not where we're going to call it. I'm just going to switch over to the Game Boy Advance emulator. I played a little bit of Metroid Fusion and a decent bit of Minish Cap last Friday, and I have a half mind to continue on, especially with Minish Cap, because that is such a good game. And I mean, I'm playing as Link, and my little PNG face right there, doing the mouth thing. He's wearing a Zelda shirt, so I mean, there's probably no surprise to you that I'm a Zelda fan. I mean, you're probably a Zelda fan too. Who isn't a Zelda fan? Gosh darn it, Zelda's a great franchise, and there's Tears of the Kingdom coming out. Goodness gracious, I will be playing that on the channel. I cannot wait. Oh, I cannot wait. I only wish that I could have gotten the collector's edition pre-order. Man, those things sold out way too freaking quickly. People, or maybe bots, just scoop those things up like ridiculously. It's almost as bad as freaking like concert tickets, man. Goodness gracious, though I think Ticketmaster's being taken to court or something. I think there's something going on with that. I'm not 100% certain, to be honest with you. I don't keep up with all branches of news maybe as well as I should. I keep up on like local United States political news and stuff like that, and then gaming news, and that's well, that's about it. That's all I got the bandwidth for, all right? Anything else, you're asking a lot of. And yeah, so I don't know where that's at. But, like I said, they just scoop up the things. They just scoop up the things. All right, let's hop out of here and let's go to the Game Boy Advance emulator because I am rearing to play some Minish Cap. We are just, what are we, an hour in? Just about an hour. Pretty close to an hour. I don't know. I can't quite see the clock. It's just below where the screen, either which way, we'll play in the Minish Cap, okay? A beautiful game designed by Nintendo and Capcom. I wonder if can I make my face any bigger here? Is it possible? What if I, oh my goodness gracious. Yep, a little bit bigger. I don't know if that was worth doing or not, but it done happened. Okay, so we'll continue on as Link. We beat the first dungeon. We got through that monster-filled shrine and found the Earth element. Great work, kid. You're doing a fine job. Thanks to my help, of course. Indeed, Ezlo. You are never afraid to give yourself praise. Now, where do we go now? Do you have anything to say to us?
You retrieved the Earth element from that fiend-infested shrine? Incredible! Humans are amazing creatures. The Elder is sure to be amazed too.
Indeed! Indeed he is. Should we go to the Elder? The Elder was just off to the west, right? I don't actually remember. It's been a week since we played. I think this looks familiar. Hello, Elder?
So, you have found the Earth element. You are blessed with much courage and strength for one so young. If your conviction holds strong, head to Mount Krenel. It will look like cereal if it's Krenel. There you will find a man named Malari. Among all the Minish, there is no one more able to repair your sword. If you ask him, I'm certain he will be able to reforge your broken pickery blade. I shall send word to him in advance. Travel safely. You are brave, but there are many evils now in the world.
Thank you. And still in a cutscene, we cannot move. We watch as the Elder flows over to the west.
Leave through this door here. It will take you out of the forest quickly.
Okay, I'm gonna...
Great, Elder, we're in your debt. We shall head for Mount Krenel at once.
Okay, I'm gonna take a quick break here. Not like necessarily like a break. I just need to, 1, drink some water, and 2, I need to change the stream info so that it says Minish Cap and not Mario Kart 8, because that's not what we're playing anymore, and I don't want to deceive people, you know what I'm saying? I'll run an honest stream here, so M-I-N-I. It puts up Minecraft for M-I-N-I. Minish! There we go, Minish Cap. Even Minish spelled out M-I-N-I-S-H does not produce Minish Cap as the top result. Something else is Minishoot? An apostrophe? I don't know what that is, but Legend of Zelda Minish Cap, we're here now. So let's save that stream info, updated successfully, and close that dock. And now I can drink some water, because goodness knows, I'm sweating my freaking chinchilla off here, you know what I'm saying? I got a enchilada the size of Texas brewing in my backyard. Ugh. Oh no, I can't reach the water. The water! There we go. Making things happen somehow, some way. Oh, bear with me here. Excuse me. Oh my. Goodness gracious. So, that was funny. The PNG opened its mouth when like the water bottle clanked. I mean, it's a kind of rudimentary plugin. It just triggers a change in between 2 assets when like a certain decibel limit is reached. I think I have it at like, I don't know, 34 or something.
Because sometimes I might talk quietly, you know, like this. I want it to still register.
But normally I talk like this, so it's fine. Let's continue left. See what the... this is a new room? Can we sleep in here? We can blow air at it. That doesn't help us. All right. Heading west. What do we find here? Looks like we're going to head out back into the Minish Woods. Hey, I saw this from the other area. Okay. We can turn back into a normal size Link there, but we can also go inside this mushroom. Talk to this friend.
Green clothes in a mystical hat. Sir, would you be by chance Link, the one who found the Earth element? Surely you are. I have heard so many tales about you. I am Bellari, researcher of antiquities. I am also, well, a bit of an inventor. You know, you won't be able to get back to town due to all the debris. Here I have something that might come in handy.
Oh, you got a bomb bag, and it has 10 bombs in it. Now you can blow up lots of stuff. Excellent. That's going to come in handy, my good friend. I don't know that I'm going to equip that just yet, but we'll keep that in mind. Let's get the sword and shield out because that's the traditional equipment we all know and love. Can't go that way because the water would kill us. However, we can grow into a big boy. Very nice job, Link. Okay, now we can go this way, right? No? We can go north and eliminate this stuff. You got 5 more bombs. Now, is our bomb bag? No, it maxes out at 10. I was going to say, traditionally, when they give you an item and it's filled with stuff, it's usually filled to the brim. They don't normally give you like a half thing. You got a mysterious shell. Don't know what it's for, but hang on to it. I know exactly what it's for. It's for pulling your friggin' hair out, all right? If you've never played Minish Cap, if you've never like tried to 100% it, those things, those shells will help you play like a lottery to win figurines. And if you get the whole kit and caboodle, every single figurine, your reward for those thousands of tears, for that year of your childhood wasted, is a piece of heart. I don't know if it's worth it, but hey, everyone likes to 100% a game every now and then. Holder of the sacred powers, we grant you the power of wind.
What? It blew up. Hey, kid, look at where that stone marker used to be. There's some strange symbol on the ground. Yes, of course. Why? Well, I haven't the foggiest, but to be honest,
Okay, looks like, should we blow wind on it? You know, when we talk about breaking wind, I think about something else entirely, but hey, here we go. The power of wind. No. It looks like I don't know, like a treble clef or something. It looks like a music note. I'm not exactly certain what that is or what that's for. Maybe we're not meant to deal with it just yet. We'll head west and try and remember that, keep that in our back pocket in case we need to retrace our steps and come check that out. Otherwise, Link's just gonna take up landscaping real quick. All right, he's a unique individual with a particular set of skills. I've acquired a unique set of skills: sword wielding, shielding, bombing, landscaping, and Link's going to use all of them to defeat Ganon, as he does. Ooh. We have some little holes here for us to get into, but no such luck right now considering the fact that we are huge. How would we ever hope to get small? We have this to bomb. Interesting, let's go back real quick. I wanna see, because there is the stump that turns us small, but we can't actually go anywhere from here. Very interesting. Okay, well, again, something to keep in our back pocket. Something to remember for a later date. As for now, we're just gonna do a little explosive maneuvers, you know what I'm saying? And see what that gets us. Don't blow yourself up, Link. Now, very good. Ooh, there was hearts in there. Interesting. Okay. Do some more landscaping. Anything? Nope, nothing in that for us. Interesting. There was only but hearts in the rocks. Now, we have this mushroom which we can suck on and launch ourselves over there, and I think that's a good idea, really, honestly. If you see a mushroom anywhere, it's just a good idea to suck on it, all right? Like, mushrooms are delicious, but apparently they can also launch you to cool places. They can also toss you in the friggin' abyss. Oh, maybe we gotta... Oh, what's going on here? Maybe we gotta pull back even further. Is this far enough back? There we go, we did it. My goodness gracious, that was a little bit more difficult than I thought it would be. Swap those out right quickly. All right, now to landscaping. Now what do we get over here? We get another opportunity to shrink, and it looks like there's a little hut for us to investigate. So, I mean, it makes sense to do that. So just check it out. The game, most games, especially Zelda games, Nintendo games in general, are going to give you things that are important for you to check out, right? Don't just ignore things as they're presented to you, especially items, all right? Goodness gracious, you get an item, you gotta use it, so I'm on the lookout for any way I can use this hat. Hello, friend.
Hey, look at this kinstone piece. You ever seen one like this? What? Huh? You don't know what a kinstone piece? Well, I'll tell you what it is. Why don't you come back and see me when you get one, okay?
What? Why didn't you tell me about the one that you have? That's not very neighborly of you.
Oh, look at this thing I have. Isn't it awesome? What, you don't know what it is? Well, of course you don't. You don't have one.
Well, fine. That's some gatekeeping if I ever heard one. So we don't have to do the mushroom suck to get back over here because there are some bombable walls, which we are probably going to destroy. I mean, Link's a hero, right? He's a good guy, but God bless him, he cannot see a crack without sticking a friggin' bomb in it and blowing it up. He's a menace, all right? Pottery stores hate him. For more reasons than one, really, being completely honest. Can we bomb that? It doesn't look like your traditional cracked wall that offers up the opportunity to be bombed, but it does look weak, you know? And like we know, Link will just bomb things. Hey, don't touch me. What are you? What is that? Get out of here. Get out of here. Link, you see something you don't recognize, kill it. It's gotta perish. All right, we'll go in here. There's a chest and 20 mysterious shells. Okay, well, I don't have any delusions that I am going to be grabbing all of those collectibles in this playthrough, but I guess we'll see how many mysterious shells we accumulate. That's something to track. Hello, friend. By friend, I mean heinous pea-hat. Come here. You're in Cap. What are you doing? Damaging me, apparently. All right, let's get out of here. What's the map look like? Where are we trying to go here again? We need to go to the right? Okay. Fine. Looks like there's a bombable path right here, which we were previously unable to access. So that's probably where we're meant to go next, right? Like in an effort to progress things, the game's going to give you items that help you advance incrementally. Hyrule Castle, Hyrule Town, Minish Woods. Oh no, this is where we've been, isn't it? This dude's sawing a log right in front of the walkway. What are you doing? What about you, huh?
The name's Muto. I'm head carpenter around these parts. The King of Hyrule's entrusted me with the town's reconstruction. This area you're standing on right now, it's a work zone. It's way too dangerous for a little kid like you.
Well then, let me pass.
Oh, I'm busy, kid. The boss always makes sure we've got our noses to the old grindstone.
Okay, well, fine. What about you, man? No, I left the bomb! Run! Everybody get down! Oh, they're impervious to bombs. Oh, well, that's fine. Hello.
There have been a lot of creatures on the rampage lately. As a result, we are in a bit of a rush to get things repaired around here.
Yeah, I'd have to imagine so. What is happening here? Link is an athlete. My goodness gracious. You know, I've seen some people that can hop out of holes. This dude's doing somersaults in and out of the hole. It's amazing. It's amazing. All right, well, it doesn't look like this is exactly where we need to be. You check the map once more. Yeah, we're just gonna head right back where we were. So we need to go north one tile. I thought, well, that was going to take us there, to be honest with you. That was going to take, oh God, people are coming out. Let's get our shield. Oh, and get prepared to slice. Sorry, buddies. You guys are like Pokies from Super Mario. And you can't be that tall, all right? That's illegal. You gotta be 5'9" or under to ride this ride. All right, and that's how tall Princess Zelda is. So get out of here. See you later. Maybe we're not supposed to go after that stone, right? Maybe that one, that blue one, is for another time. We've got the green one, which is, I guess, 1 square west, and then the red one, which is northwest. So we'll head to the green one, or at least we'll try to head to the green one first off, just to check it off our list since it is closer. I think that would make the most sense just from a time perspective. And we can chop down these trees. They want to regrow the forest? No! Link says all the saplings must perish. All right, we got enough trees. Ain't nobody got time for that. Nope, nope, nope. No Octos, not allowed, all right? Didn't ask for this. Granted, you did see me kill your cousin James just up ahead, but that's no reason to blow rocks at strangers. All right, that's assault, and that is not exciting. I don't appreciate it very much, and I'm going to be forced to kill you as well. So, anything? Doesn't look like there's a way further left. Oh, there is. Here we go. There's a lone Octobrock over here who needs to perish. Thank you. Good night, sweet prince. Very good, and we can continue left, which is pushing us closer to the aforementioned stone. We need a Minish here. Can we go in this? Kind of sparkly. Why is it so sparkly? Could we blow the leaves away? Not only is Link chopping down trees, but he's ruining their frigging No, we cannot. This is interesting, though. This looks like it should be something for us. Interesting indeed. Now, we probably just can't do anything here, but I'm going to give it another couple of tries just because I need to check off all my bases. Do we bomb this tree? Is that worth anything for us? No. It's the strongest tree I've ever seen. Okay, well, we'll head to the northwest now. We'll jump in the friggin' water first, of course, naturally. Twice. Oh, Link, what are you doing, man? That's not going to help you at all. Now we'll head, like I said, to the northwest and see if we can go grab that other stone, or at least learn something else about what our direction is. I know that the Pickery Elder, mentioned a specific way, a specific stone, but I didn't pick up on it. We could bomb this wall and see what's in here. If it's anything like the last one, it's just more seashells, which is great, you know, if you're trying to make a summer shell rug or perhaps a lamp or something for your home in Animal Crossing, that's great. No, this is a fairy fountain. Interesting. What's up, ladies? I don't really need your services yet. Can I read? There's nothing on the... Okay, see you later. I'm so sorry that you guys were blocked in here by the stones. I'm glad to have been able to help you. Now you guys can go to Walmart and get your groceries. I don't know how long you've been in there starving away, but you're free now. And that's all that matters. What is this? This is peculiar. There's like nothing going on down here, just a couple of puddles. Very strange. There's got to be something behind that, but maybe it's just not something for us at this time. But we can head west. You get attacked by Muto, no thank you, or Gwei. What do we have here? Can we put a bomb in there? That bomb's a little close to me. There's a moblin over there. No, this is not for us either. Fascinating. Man, I'm already at a loss. Maybe there was something to that patch back where we were. I don't have anything for music, though. All I have for wind was the little wind blower. So I'm not certain. Let's go through Hyrule Town. Just talk to some people. Oh, we got something going on here. That's a friggin' parading troop.
Come on, come on! See how many Kingstone pieces you can collect! You never know what fusing Kingstones will do, but it's sure to be good! Come on up and get your free Kinstone bag for holding your Kinstone pieces! Don't miss out on this incredible once-in-a-lifetime opportunity! Oh, yes, you're here for your free Kinstone bag, aren't you? Oh, that's right. Maybe you didn't hear me, but they're free for all kids right now.
You got a Kinstone bag. You can now carry Kinstone pieces with you. Press start to view its contents from your quest status screen. Cool. And he's thinking of a heart. Fitting two Kinstone pieces together is called Kinstone fusion. If you get two pieces to fit perfectly, great happiness will come your way.
I'll put a Kinstone piece in your Kinstone bag. Oh, if you can give it a try. Anyone who's ready and willing to fuse Kinstones will look like I do right now. When you see that look in their eye, that's when you can press L. Use the D-pad to choose a Kinstone piece and press A to try fusing it. Did you catch all of that?
I sure did, buddy. Thank you very much.
Then stand in front of me and press L so we can fuse Kinstones.
And we are like blocked in here. I feel a lot of pressure happening right now, man. I think I need to go home. Mom! Okay, fine. I'll press L for you. Is this what you want?
Yes, that's it. Press L. Press L, and then you can see the Kinstone screen. Oh, there it is. Fuse them. The two Kinstone pieces fit perfectly. Maybe something good will happen.
Like what? Like you'll leave me alone and stop boxing me in here? Oh. Interesting. The thorny tree east of town loses its thorns. It's like southeast of town, in fact. Fascinating. Okay, well, let's go check that out.
A perfect fit. That means we're both due for a little happiness. See ya.
Well, I could use all the happiness I can in my life, man, because I don't have any direction. But first, I want to talk to this cat, because that's going to give me ultimate happiness. What's up, kitty? Oh, you're a cute little bugger, aren't you? Well, that's all fine and dandy, but it doesn't actually help us do anything. So we're going to go back down here to South Hyrule Field and find out where that Kinstone thing was. I also want to go check out this house. Have we even checked that house out? Is that where we live? Is that where we came from? I don't remember, man. Started this file so long ago. It's like 2 weeks, man. That's longer than Ooh, we got a piece of heart. Way easier piece of heart than the one that's related to the magical friggin' shells. We can now have 3, just 1 more, and we boost our HP to 5 total heart containers, which would be huge because that would be 25% increase to our current standing. I don't know about you, but anytime I can increase anything by 25%, it's a good thing.
So this is your house. Well, seems like a nice place. So where's my room?
You don't have a room. You hat. Oh, well, actually, that's not true. I've got your room right here. You know what it is? It's called the crate.
This is your room? That makes it my room too.
Well, yes.
Hey, aren't you tired? Wanna take a rest?
Sure. Is there a benefit to resting? I don't actually remember. We're sleeping, we're cuddling the hat. Isn't it adorable? Oh, put it back on our dome. Then we can leave.
Oh yeah, that was just what I needed to get back in the fight. Let's go, Link.
All right, starting to sound a little like Toad there.
I know.
Okie dokie, I guess the Mario movie is just around the corner, ladies and gentlemen. It's like, what, 3 weeks from Wednesday? So at this point, I guess like 2 weeks, 5 days. Want to get real specific? I'm friggin' excited. I'm gonna try and go on opening night day whenever I can. Probably day, since it's a Wednesday. Oh, you got another Kinstone piece. What? That's crazy. They just pop up at random like that? I thought they were like, I don't know, a little bit more important than that, maybe? I thought they were something big and nasty crazy. But maybe not. Maybe they are just for like pieces of heart and other kind of, I don't know, collectible items like that. I guess we'll see. But anyways, yeah, the Mario movie, I'll probably go during the day on Wednesday because I don't want to deal with like a busy theater, right? And if you go at night, that's traditionally what you're going to get. Granted, movie theaters are kind of dying out. They're really not as popular as they once were. What's happening? Oh, goodness gracious. Why can we not cross this? You kidding me, Link? You afraid of this? You'll dive in the friggin' water, but you won't jump this way? Oh, my goodness gracious. Some hero you are. You ought to be ashamed of yourself. Fine, we'll find a way around. Or won't we? I don't know. We'll investigate the town at the very least because we didn't spend a whole lot of time doing that here. I want to say a couple episodes back, but this is not a Let's Play. I am so used to doing Let's Plays for the YouTube channel. That's not what this is. This is just an LP on Twitch, which makes it not an LP. I don't know. We'll talk to the dog. It's very nice, buddy. Can I? No, I can't. Interesting. Never before have I seen such a stubborn pup. Can I go this way? Why does everyone want to block me off?
Just because you have a sword and shield doesn't mean you'll be safe. I can't let you go out there alone, not until you know some sword techniques.
Ooh. Where do I learn those? That's the mail button. You probably don't want to learn sword techniques at the mail house. But if this is anything like Majora's Mask, the sword techniques will be near the mail house. Oh no, a bomb!
I came to check out a book, but they're not open yet. Oh, well, age brings patience, honey.
Well, you can wait no longer. You're gonna die. I'm so sorry. Left an explosive at your feet. There's an angry teacher lady.
Well, if it isn't Link, it is good to see you again. School is in session right now, so I'm afraid I can't let you in.
Is it sword school? Because I want to learn some sword school techniques. And here's another guard.
Sorry, I can't let you pass. There are monsters out there.
Dude, I just defeated like 20 monsters over the last like couple hours. I think I'm well equipped. I got a sword. I got bombs in my pants. Are you kidding me, man? You kidding me? I got a shield. I've got a giant sucking machine. If there's anything monsters hate more than swords and shields, it's sucking. I think. I don't know. I'm not a monstologist. I didn't actually take that course, all right? I studied communication in college. And they don't actually, they teach you how to communicate with monsters, and they call them CEOs. Oh, this looks like a swordsman. It looks like Legolas.
I am Swiftblade, finest swordsman in all of Hyrule. If you train with me, I guarantee that you will increase your skill dramatically. So, would you like to train here?
Please, yes, indeed.
Very good. We shall start with the most basic of all techniques. I shall teach you the spin attack. First, press and hold your sword button. Second, build up enough power. Third, release your destructive might. And that's all, young swordsman. Do you understand?
I get it, man. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense to me.
Aha, very good. You are a very quick student. But one must feel the technique, not just hear about it. That's why I will now possess your body, so as to demonstrate the technique. I call this the Swift Blade Possession Technique of Training. Watch this. Possess.
Oh god, it hurts. He's in my body. I'm spinning.
Now you must try it yourself. Press and hold your sword button, build up enough power, then release your sword destructive might. That is all there is to it.
Okie dokie, well, building it up. You feel it now, Mr. Krabs. Release! How'd we do?
Yes, fine work. You're a quick study. I will now give you this tiger scroll. If you ever forget this technique, you can review it with this scroll. You may view it any time from the quest status screen.
You learn the secret spin attack fighting technique. This is the first sword technique you've learned from Master Swiftblade. Can we learn any more, buddy? That was pretty neat.
There are no more techniques I can teach you with your current sword.
Ah, so we need to get the Pickery Blade. But I think we might be able to head west now. All right, guard, we have now mastered the art of spinning in place. Yeah, so ancient secret sword techniques that only the finest of swordsmen can master. And I have it, all right? I'm ready to demonstrate it right in your vicinity. Are you ready for this? You ready for this? Look at how I spin. Yeah.
Oh, though you've learned the spin attack? It's still dangerous, but, well, maybe you can handle it. Let's see how you do. Show me that spin.
I just showed it to you, buddy. I'm gonna show it to you again. In front of the postman, no less.
Yeah, oh, that's the one. But there are monsters out there, kid. You just make sure you're careful.
What? The postman! Whoa. What's the postman doing? Is that a different guy? Postman ain't got no sword attacks. Postman's jumping over people and going out there. Oh, the Trillbilly Highlands. Trilby? The Hillbilly Highlands? The Hillbilly Trilands? I don't know, but I'm gonna kill this thing. You know, because as any good adventurer will tell you, the first thing you must do in a new environment, slaughter the local fauna. All right? You never know what you're up against until you see them pitted against yourselves. And speaking of pits, climbing this one. What do we have down here? A bit of a puzzle, it would seem. Probably one that we can't actually solve from this angle. It looks like we need this stone to sit back on these glowing squares. I mean, I don't know, I'm no expert, but when I see glowing squares in a cube of the same size, I just think, put it there. Can we suck it? Can we suck it into position? No, we cannot. That's not at all appropriate, Link. Please refrain from sucking the cubes, thank you. We'll come back to that, presumably from the other side at another time, but right now, all we can do, I guess, is head north and read the sign. Royal Valley, north, Mount Krennel, west. Mount Krennel is where we were told to go. That's very good. Excuse me, you must perish, thank you. Lots of stones. I keep feeling like we should be able to push them, but apparently not. Apparently not. We can continue west or we can head north here, and then we can head back south, okay? And now go west. Very good. Mount Krennel's base, which has a opening here ripe for an explosive. Good golly williker, thank goodness we have brought the explosive requisite for said destruction. Pop that door open, baby. We are ready to enter. Oh, a Deku Scrub. Hello. I don't want to murder you. Well, I mean, at least not yet, of course. Well, we'll do a bit of deflection here because, if anything, you have wares for us, don't you? Hello.
Okay, you got me. I'll make it up to you by telling you something good.
What, 23 is number one? Huh? No, apparently not.
A friend of mine in a cave just east of here in Trillby Highlands has an item. Well, if you're planning on going up Mount Krennel, I think you might need it. It won't get you to the top, but it might just give you a start.
A friend of yours east of here. Let me hear that again. A friend in a cave just east of here in Trillby Highlands. Okay. Okay. So there was only one square left of Trillby Highlands that's east of here, but in a cave? Is this the cave? We can't get in here, can we? I suppose I didn't actually try out any items on this. Like, I don't know what opens that. Oh, don't get in the water. Like, we blow that down? No. Suppose we could test out the bomb on it, but I really don't feel confident in that succeeding. And the only other thing we could try out is the spin attack, which is, well, I don't feel as confident in succeeding. Yeah, the bomb didn't work, spin attack didn't work, nothing works. Oh my goodness gracious, aren't you just sick of it? Can we roll into it? No. Okay, well, I mean, if the power of TNT doesn't pop open the door, I'd be hard-pressed to think the power of Link's booty would pop it open too. But hey, stranger things have happened, right? Stranger things have definitely happened. And speaking of stranger things, I need to take a wee slight pause here so that I can drink some more water. So let me just pull up the actual pause menu, and then I will be right back, because I need to refill it. Okie dokie. Oh. The water is refilled, and so is my coffee, which is probably just as important, really. Hydration? No! What is that? What is hydration without caffeination, all right? It's just, well, probably far better for your health. But hey, I need caffeine, all right? Gosh darn it. We need rupees, too. You got a blue rupee? No, you got a red rupee, and it's worth 20, but it didn't matter. I shouldn't have grabbed it in the first place because we already have a maxed out friggin' wallet. That's not gonna help. Okay. So we can't do anything here. We cannot. We need to grow this somehow, but we need whatever item that this Deku Scrub was talking about. But where is it going to be from? All right, he said that he's got a friend somewhere east in the Trilby Highlands. We didn't go up here, did we? We did not go up here. Okay, well, we'll check this out. Chop some grass, kill some locals, you know, just do as as adventurers will do from time to time. Goodness gracious, what is an adventure without a little bit of death and destruction along the way, huh? Well, that's just sad. Oh, goodness gracious, you a big one. You've got to have a big grave, so let's get that started already. Will you please? Thank you. Terrifying creatures, really. Goodness gracious. I don't actually know what those are called, and I know a good amount about Zelda fauna. I have the encyclopedia, actually. I need to read that. I bought the encyclopedia. It was like, I don't know, like $60, and I still haven't read it. Isn't that crazy? There's nothing here for us. There's nothing here for us. I mean, we could jump in the friggin' river, but what's that gonna do? Nothing. There's a switch up there, which presumably would cross that or help us cross that. But we don't have any way to get that. Link, as athletic as he is, does not quite have the vertical leap requisite to ascend such heights. Oh, isn't it sad? Goodness gracious, if this wasn't a stream too, this would be where I like skip forward, right? Like the recording process would probably, you know, still take forever because I would spend however long it takes to figure this out because I play blind LPs. That's kind of like the theme of my channel. I just do things or I do things for the first time, and if it takes me forever to figure it out, it takes me forever to figure it out, and I edit it down so that it's like palatable. Right now, it's gonna get real unpalatable because I don't know. Can we push this? No, I was really hoping we could push it. It'd be nice if we could grab it too, like pull it back. I feel like this is the place. Oh, hold on. Hold on, I didn't see this. How did I miss this? I've had bombs on the mind this whole time, and I missed a spot where I could use one. Thank goodness, too. Not a moment too soon. We're running out of bombs. We've only got 3 bombs left, and we used one there. We've only got 3 bombs left. Hopefully we don't need any more. Goodness gracious. Are you the friend? Do you have the item? Because gosh darn it, I need to put this seed in your face. Look at me. Blast it over there so I can talk to you. Okay, you got me. I make it up to you. You can have this most deluxe of all bottles for only 20 rupees. What do you say, huh? Sure? You got an empty bottle. Use it to store all sorts of things. Thanks a lot. Okay. We make our money. Dude, you charging stuff? There's friggin' grass out here with dollars in it. Why don't you just start doing that to make your money? Okay. So, apparently, we're looking for an item that's going to help us climb the mountain, and the Deku Scrub said it was their friend, so presumably they meant another Deku Scrub, and we just found a Deku Scrub in the area where the last Deku Scrub said we'd find a Deku Scrub. We're saying Deku Scrub a lot, but Deku Scrub was the one that gave us the instructions to find the Deku Scrub. How is the bottle gonna help us? We gotta water this plant, maybe? I mean, that's the only thing I can think of. Can we scoop water? We cannot scoop water. No can scoop. We can go up here again, but that doesn't help us. Can we scoop water? No can scoop. Maybe if we get closer to this, like this is something here, right? Scoop? Oh yes, it worked. Link, incapable of filling the water. Maybe the pool was just too shallow. We got water here. Dump it on the plant. The miracle of life. Oh, diddly dandy, we figured it out. Look at this, conquering the game's harshest of puzzles at every step of the way. Truly, Link is an astute and established adventurer. There's a giant meatball. Dangerous, no climbing. Yeah, no crap, dude, there's friggin' rocks. I don't want to climb that. You kidding me? I'm gonna break a fingernail, or a forearm, or a face even. I'm gonna break this thing's face too because they are scary and they're jumping on my face. No, thank you. All right, we'll move west, I suppose, since the law says no climbing there. Presumably there's a way to go this direction. Although, there is this wall. There is this wall. And while we've only got 3 bombs, we can use one of them. 1/3 of our bomb capacity goes to this wall. Please be worth it. Please give us something delicious and sweet. I mean, fairies. Fairies are fine, right? You found a fairy. This reliable ally will replenish your life energy. And replenish it does. Let's capture one of these sweethearts. You are now forced to accompany us. Poke holes in the bottle? No, this winged friend will come to your aid if your life energy is depleted. Oh, you'll dump it on the ground and waste it anyways. What am I doing? That means you've got to come with us. All right, now we have our captive fairy. We can now progress deeper into the mountainous region that we find ourselves in. And as mentioned there before, if danger crosses our path, if we get accosted in such a physical manner that sees us dying, that fairy's gonna pop herself out of the bottle and come to our aid. That's quite handy dandy. Far be it from me, to judge someone's choices, but I don't know that if I would, oh goodness gracious. This is a spiky plant. I don't know that if I was captive, that I would be wanting to pop out of any bottle to help anyone, right? You put me in a bottle, I'm gonna stay in that bottle, or I'm gonna leave the bottle of my own volition and not help you out. And these spiky plants can be sucked up. Interesting. Spiky, yet dainty at the same time. Spiky yet fragile. I mean, clearly, what is it? It's asbestos, I guess. Little shards coming out of it. Fascinating. Well, hey, that's just fine. We can get rid of it, and ultimately that's all that matters. I guess this is just to prevent us from possibly coming this way and progressing further prior to completing the last dungeon. I mean, there might have been other things, other, fool safes in the way that would have prevented that from happening, but this seems like one of a chain. We got a sign here, speaking of which. Beware crumbling walls! Blasting strictly prohibited. Blasting. Prohibited, you say? Oh, well, don't mind. I mean, I just so happen to have a couple of non-blasty bombs. It sure would be a shame if one of them, oops, blew up over there. Ooh, hello, what do we have here? What secrets lie in wait? A couple of chews, a trio of chews. It is a crowd in here. You all must perish. Please excuse me. Third boy, come here, third boy. Raise your face, thank you. Meet my blade. There is a ladder, but another chew? Was there always 4, or they just continue to drop? That's weird. I could have sworn there were 3. I see blocks like these, and I just think that I should be able to push them. I should be able to mash my Hylian forehead up against them until they replace themselves in a different location, but apparently that's not the case. So we will just ascend this ladder instead and see, ooh, a crack. That means we can get small. Let's use our final bomb right here. Blow that up so that we can walk over there as a small Link. But first, let's get the money. Everyone knows that we need finances, of course. Link's still gotta pay bills. How do you think he's gonna afford his Crunchyroll subscription, all right? You gotta cost rupees for that. Now that we are nice and minuscule, huh? See what I did there? Huh? Now we can go this way.
So this is perfectly normal looking stone was another portal to the Minish world. There may be other rock portals. Keep your eyes peeled, boy.
I mean, it's relatively normal looking except for the gaping crack and the sparkles emitting from it. I don't know what stones you've looked at, but if that's normal to you, you've seen a number of strange ones. Enemies, hello, see you later. We're just gonna go on by you. No need to get involved in any tussles. All right, goodness gracious, I'm burping on account of the stress you're putting me through. Oh, nope, that's not right. Huh. What do we have here? We have a pool. Can we blow the pool away? Can we suck up all the water? Doesn't look like that's the case. I'm gonna blow a gust at the waterfall just to, you know, cross all of our bases. No, it didn't do anything. All right, well, it seems that we've got no power here, Gandalf the Grey. We've got to head back, and that's fine because there did seem to be a couple more places worth investigating on the ascent up the mountain. So we're not at an impasse just yet. We're not stuck yet. There's plenty of time to get stuck, all right? Goodness gracious knows that I get stuck all the freaking time. I mentioned, you know, doing LPs, that's something that happens, and normally I skip forward. Hopefully it doesn't happen too much more here as we're streaming so that I can keep this all like one coherent thing, especially for like the VOD, because the VODs are, I don't know, interestingly enough, the VODs are getting more viewership than the stream itself. The VODs are getting even more viewership over on YouTube, where maybe you're watching this on YouTube, right? Like, I think the VODs on Twitch get like, I don't know, 30 to 50 views at most, but then on YouTube they get upwards of 3 digits, and I think that's interesting. Either which way, though, you're gonna have to bear with me here as I progress through this and try to figure it out. We don't have any bombs! We don't have any bombs! We can't go in here! We can get in the whirlwind. No, we can't. Okay, we can go to the left. That's fine. There's a, looks to be a purposeful arch. A purposeful opening. Oh, that dude's got a thing to blow at us. Hold on, let's get our shield out real quick so that we might deflect it. And see what you're doing. What's up, buddy?
Okay, you got me. I'll make it up to you by selling you bombs.
What? How is that making it up to me? Is this your business model? You've really got to reevaluate things, man. You're not going to get a whole lot of repeat customers. I can't imagine at least doing things this way. You don't assault your customers and then expect them to buy from you. I mean, I did just get assaulted by you and then purchase from you, but Link is not the norm, all right? Link is not your normal shopper. Link's shopping habits should not be reflected upon the greater population. I don't think you'd find very much success using that as a market study. Not at all. We're finding some success here, utilizing our bombs to blow cracks in the wall, and really I'm glad that that dude was there, because I wouldn't have known what to do. We probably would have had to gone back to Hyrule Field, and then presumably, you know, done some more landscaping and chopped some things up until we found bombs. Thankfully, though, like I mentioned, he sold us that so we can suck the mushroom and not what? What kind of crap was that? We missed. What is this? Can we suck this one over? Ah, yes. Ah, yes, you guys suck the distance shroom to release yourself on the other side. That is a little tricksy. What are you? Oh, I remember you. I remember you from Majora's Mask.
Once you've pulled off their iron mask, those guys are no trouble whatsoever.
Ah, that makes sense. We pulled it off in Majora's Mask with the hook shot, but I guess you just suck it off their face, just like my wife and cream cheese. Scrumptiddlyumptious. See you later, Charlie. You've got nothing going on here. And we can't destroy the pots, so we'll just have to suck them up and blast them. Ooh, we got $1 out of that one. It's good we're making our money back because we've actually spent a decent amount of it here today. Rattling all the pots, taking only the closest one to us. We actually destroyed the furthest one there. That was interesting. Can we do that again? Suck your face off here. Thank you. Good. Come back here. No, no, no. You assaulted me. You don't get to run away. You must perish. All right? Link holds a grudge. And goodness gracious, does he exact his revenge in exhilarating fashion, all right? Payback? Ever heard of it? Link pays back eternally? There could be only death. Excuse me, Chew. You must die too. So, I guess we're gonna have to ride those whirlwinds?
Of course, how silly of me. My boy just jumped into that whirlwind over there for me. I wonder, is this a great idea or a terrible one?
I mean, it looks to be like what we need to do, so jump in it, and we can float. I mean, our floating is, we gotta float to this one. Golly gee, Bill, like you barely made it. We gotta come backwards. Come backwards, come this way, so we can get over there. Perfect. It was a little janky, to be honest with you. It wasn't super user-friendly, but it worked. It worked, and now we can see where, Zelda gliders, now kind of a mainstay, really, any sort of like gliding ability. Ever since Wind Waker, I think? I don't even remember, man. It's been so long since I played it. But it's a chief mechanic in Breath of the Wild, that's for freaking certain. And probably it will be a chief mechanic as well in Tears of the Kingdom when that comes out here in just under 2 months. Which I can't freaking wait for. I know I already mentioned that a time or two, but goodness gracious, I'd be remiss if I didn't mention my excitement at every passing moment. Is this a Minish thing? Can we change here? No. Interesting. Can we bomb a hole in the ground? I mean, that'd be pretty neat too. Not as exciting, I suppose, as transforming, but it transforms the land? No, that's not it. Okay, well, we're just gonna have to suck up some more asbestos over here, and then we'll be able to go over to... Oh, no, that definitely has to be a Minish thing. Why is it not triggering for us? That's weird, because look at this right here. You can only climb that if you're a little hobbit. We haven't hobbified ourselves just yet because we've got to get in the crack. But maybe we got to go this way instead. Ah, yes, look at that. There indeed is a crack. Maybe we can fall into that as a little boy. Let's check out over here first. We kind of skipped up this. We didn't check this area out. At the very least, we can suck up some asbestos, kill some of the locals, engage ourselves in some friendly banter with them, of course, naturally, really. This is all a gentleman's game. They wouldn't be here. They wouldn't be assaulting travelers if they didn't know what they're getting themselves into, all right? Feel bad for the locals. Mind you, I'm no hunter. I cannot really kill anything. I have a hard time killing insects and spiders I find in my house. I don't ever do it. I just release them outside. But in a video game, that's a whole different story, baby. I'm gonna eliminate them because that's what they crave. Let's shrink up. That's exactly what Link craves here so that we can go over to the right there and ascend that little rope and get into the crack in the wall. Maybe the crack in the ground too, to be honest with you, but I'm going to do the crack in the wall first because if we can slip into the one that's on the ground, I have to imagine that that's going to be a little bit less forgiving in the way of an exit. You know what I'm saying? Like this one in the wall definitely looks like you can exit. The one on the ground, you might be stuck there. We might have to find a way out somewhere, and I don't necessarily know that that's something I want to do just yet. I don't necessarily know that I want to fall in the pit either. Goodness me! You heinous flies, get out of here. Oh, I did it to myself. Golly gee williker. All right, that's enough. No more falling into pits. No more falling into pits. Let's play this very calm and collected like. Just go down very purposefully, hugging the edge ever so tightly in an effort to not perish or utilize the help of our fairy friend just yet. I had hoped to save the fairy for a fight. But look at this, we get a chest. Oh, you got a kingstone piece. Okay, well that's exciting, I suppose. So far, the only reward we've gotten for a kingstone piece has been a piece of heart, though. And while pieces of heart are handy-dandy, they help you expand your overall HP, your heart containers, they help you stay alive longer, they're not as exciting as, an item would be. You know what I'm saying? Like a usable item, like a weapon or a utensil of some sorts. And by utensil, I don't mean like chopsticks or something. I mean like the blowy vac here or something. But I guess those things are traditionally only found inside of dungeons, and that, while kind of dungeon-esque in theme, was not actually a dungeon itself. However, this little hole might be. Probably not, but might be. Oh, and there's a ladder here. We could come back out. Let's just check this dude's chest before we talk to him. You got a kinstone piece? Look at that. We'll just take your stuff.
Water is life for kernel beans. The blue beans grow when you pour water on them, but the green beans like Mount Krenel mineral water. Mount Krenel water can be found only in a spring here on Mount Krenel. Well, really, the spring is closer to the base of Mount Krenel.
Oh, is that what we grabbed water from? It didn't look like a spring. It looked kind of like I don't know, like a river. That would be kind of lame, to be honest with you. Hold on, can we go this way now? We can hurt ourselves as well, but we can go this way, can't we? Yes, we can. Oh, no, more parasites. Parasitic flies, no thank you. Do not hurt me. I've only got 1 heart left, and I'd very much like to maintain that. You know what I'm saying? I want to keep myself at least with 1 heart to spare. There's a big old seed. I guess we gotta bring the water. We gotta bring the mineral water to it, right? And the water can only be found at the base. I think it is the water that we used. I don't remember if it was a blue one or if it was a green one that we watered at the very base when we first began our ascent, but you know, I think it was a blue one. I think it was a blue one. Maybe we haven't seen the spring yet. But I feel like they would tell us the spring is close by. If it was, you know, relatively close by. If it was here, they would have told us that. So I don't know. We'll keep our eyes peeled for a spring, but we'll go back this way where the enemies were, and maybe there's something for us there. Otherwise, we're gonna have to hop back down and go look for the cool spring, man, with the special mineral water. Apparently, the plants here, they crave the electrolytes, and this, yeah, we can't go up, so we need to make that grow. You can see that there's only one way. It kind of teases you, the game does, and shows you that, hey, you can get up there. If only you found a way to grow these plants. If only you activated your green thumb, you would then find a way to heights unimaginable. Oh, goodness me. But apparently that's going to be something that we need to, again, find the requisite mineral water for. So this cannot be hop downable. Gotta go this way entirely. Do not impale yourself on the asbestos, please. I'd very much like to keep everything healthy here. This one had the dude, the Deku friend in it. This does not have water in it. Now, when they say spring, I expect it to be, like, obvious, right? What is this? This is the crumbling wall. That's right. So, yeah, those were blue down there. Not the mineral water being used on them. It was just regular water, I think. Is there a spring over here? Is that a spring? Oh, you know what? I think it might be. Let's enlist the help of our fairy friend real quick. Dump her all over our face. Excellent. Rub your body on us, Tinkerbell. Navi, very much love to heal. And now we have an empty bottle, and we can check this out, because this was a pool of water that we fell in. I thought that maybe we'd get, like, I don't know, access to whatever is behind the waterfall, if anything. Goodness knows that Legend of Zelda's games always have something behind the waterfall. If ever presented with an opportunity to see a waterfall, get the heck behind it. Don't look, it's pretty? Yeah, get behind it. It's prettier there where you'll find treasure, presumably. But maybe we get spring water, Mount Krenel mineral water. Yes, it's piping hot. Okay, well, that's not exactly refreshing, and I don't know that you want to dump piping hot water on a plant. You kind of run the risk of harming the poor thing. Oh, goodness gracious, yes, let's boil our water before we water our plants. But hey, what do I know? I'm not a botanist. I'm not any kind of ist, except for, you know, a talkologist. You know, I play video games and I talk a lot, and that's pretty much all I've got going for me. So hey, I'll roll with it. Quite literally. You see what I'm saying here? Oh, goodness me. Now we're going to have to do this all again, aren't we? So let's not run the risk of dumping out our mineral water. Let's get the suck back out with the sword so that we can suck these shrooms and transfer ourselves back across the way, where we can then shrink back up and then dump it. Hopefully it only takes one, too. I don't think that was clear, but I'd have to assume that it is only one, because the seed that was at the bottom that took the regular mineral water only took a single dumping of the regular water. would have to imagine, / hope, that that's going to be the case for this one, but who freaking knows? Is it up here? It was. I see the little crack over there. Excuse me, coming through. I'd very much like to access this, thank you. Shrink me! Oops! Honey, I Shrunk the Hero. It's my favorite Disney movie, all right? And I really haven't seen those movies in forever. We had those on VHS. Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, and shoot, there was another one. Was it Honey, I Shrunk Myself? Or something? It was like a spin-off in a way. I don't actually remember, but it was the husband asking for forgiveness because he done shrunk something that wasn't supposed to be shrunken. And goodness knows that husbands and wives talk about shrunken things all the time, and this is not the channel for that. Oh, but here, it's the channel to dump this on this seed. Oh no! Oh, goodness me, we probably had to do it as Big Link, didn't we? We shrunk, and the water shrunk, and that seed's like, what are you doing, dude? I'm thirstier than that. You're feeding me with a friggin' thimble. No, that's not gonna work. Ah, giblets, fine. I don't even know if we could have gotten that way like that, but I guess, maybe? Oh, I should have considered that before I just did that willy-nilly. Goodness me. Goodness me, it's fine. We can retrace our steps. At the very least, I think, know how to solve this issue, right? Like, I don't know for certain that this is it. Can we get close to it? Like, is that close enough? Man, I don't know. That doesn't feel close enough to me, but what is this? You know what I'm saying? Like, wait a minute. Just suck it off? No. Okay, well, that's fine. We'll just repeat this, and I freaking hope that this is correct. Like, if this isn't correct, then I'm gonna be, I mean, not necessarily at a loss, but kind of at a loss. I'll be a little bit confused. Let me drop down here real quick. I think that it's just this direction. Oh, let's impale ourselves. Perfect. Very good. Thank you. Excuse me, choose. I've already killed like 12 of you. I think that's more than enough slaughter for one stream. All right. I'd very much actually just like to make progress in the way of ascending to the top of the mountain. And if that involves, killing some other things, I think that's fine, but it doesn't have to involve the killing of the chews. And they probably are okay with that, right? I don't know. The chews do seem to reproduce very freaking quickly. I mean, they're just blobs of jelly, so goodness knows that it doesn't take a whole lot to produce that. But, my goodness me, I kill 3 of them, come back 10 seconds later, there's 3 more, kill them, 10 seconds later, there's 3 more! It's incredible. Someone should run a business farming them, because I do believe that they have, like, magical essence. Although I guess that's not the case in all of the Legend of Zelda games. That was the case in several of them, right? You kill the red ones and they give you the red chew jelly. You kill the green ones, they give you the green chew jelly. And then you can make potions and stuff out of them. I think that's a business model, man. You just spawn the chews and keep them in a pen all nice and neat-like, and then you just take a little bit of them. You don't even have to kill them. You could just, like, borrow their elbow or something. I don't know what kind of body parts they have. Borrow their little bottom flipper there, whatever the heck that is that they stand on. And then it'll grow back, and you'll just get infinite potions. Therefore, infinite money! And then you can donate to all sorts of causes. You can have a sweet house filled with whatever the heck people who farm chews like. I don't know. I'm not really a farmer of any kind. What do farmers like? Country music and trucks and stuff? You can have that with your chew farm. It'd be great. We ought to tell Talon. He'll get that farming over on Lon Lon Ranch, and he'll be all about it. Cows? Milk? No! Chew juice, man. It is the crop of the future. And the plan of the future here is to dump this right here. I really actually kind of doubt that this is going to work because we are, like, separated by this, like, baby mountain range. Oh, buddy. Let's try it. Yeah, it didn't work. It didn't work. Of course it didn't work. Ugh. Okay, another thing I'm going to try. I am going to get small again, and I am gonna go into that area with the seed because I wonder, can we put the seed like in here? It looks like there should be a vine growing up. You see that? Like in the wall there's kind of a divot, like there was a vine and it eroded away at the surface of the cliff. I don't know. I'm kind of going out on a limb here. I'm just looking for any little bit of a thing close to a solution as I can possibly manage, because I'll admit, and this may come as no surprise to you, I am halfway stumped. Yeah. Halfway stumped, believe it or not. It's incredible. So, the only thing we have that's somewhat close to a lead because I don't know that I actually engaged with this seed all as much as I probably could have. So let's check it out. Let's rub our face on it. Lift. Lift. Yes, we can lift it. Look at this. Link, a freaking athlete. He can jump. He can roll. He can spin around in circles. He can carry giant friggin' legumes the size of friggin' Atlas. Or like he's Atlas carrying the friggin' Earth. It's incredible. Put this right there. Now we can go back and get the water. My giblets. My giblets, this has been the most convoluted gardening project I've taken on since I tried to grow grapes at my grandma's house. Let me tell you what, that actually worked. It worked quite well. They were delicious. They grew on a vine. Granted, it took a long time for them to actually bear fruit, but once they did, ooh, baby, they were delicious. You ever have a freshly grown grape? I mean, you might have, and you might not think they're anything special, but I have, and I thought they were mighty special. Granted, I am a huge fan of fruit, so that probably skews my perception just a tad bit. But hey, fruit's delicious. You'd be hard-pressed to deny me that, and if you said no, I'd probably not believe you. Because, man, fruit is so good, and fruit is a broad term, really. There's so many different kinds of fruit. Like, not just grapes, of course, but pomegranates, mangoes, apples, oranges, pears, plums. Oh, my! Now I'm hungry. And I mentioned earlier in the stream that I'm going to an all-you-can-eat place after this, but it's probably not going to have very much fruit, being that it's a Chinese buffet. I mean, they might have some fruit, like for children and stuff, like a salad bar or something, but I don't know. Traditionally, in my experience, those sort of fruits are sometimes just left out all day. And you get over there, like from a distance, you see the pretty colors, you kind of smell the faint scent of sweetness, maybe like the air of cantaloupe wafting in the air, and you get over there, and it looks less like solid fruit and more like a fruit mush. Like those things have been sitting there. There's a beam of sunlight coming in through the window. They're fermenting. Hopefully that's not the case, right? I'll keep my fingers crossed, and if you're on the Discord or Twitter, I'll let you know whether or not the fruit was satisfactory or even existent at all. But really, if it's not, that's fine too, because like I've mentioned before, I'm just going over there, man, for the noodles. The noodles and the broccoli beef, maybe some egg rolls, and then of course I will try their sushi because that, gosh darn it, is, as mentioned earlier, my favorite food. I thought we could roll past that dude, but we could not. We were impaled in the process. It's fine. We're making progress, gosh darn it. We can just curve ourselves back over here. Come on now, Ezlo, you gotta wrangle on. Oh man, now it goes south a little bit. There we go, and we can drop. Beautiful. All right, we have gone back and forth like 17 times. Link's getting his steps in today, all right? Link's the one that's going to an all-you-can-eat buffet. He is getting his exercise, ladies and gentlemen. He is a role model for all of us. But we'd rather not have to go back and forth any more time, so hopefully, well, hold on. I probably don't even need to be small for this, do I? Let me bigify myself. I think that, goodness gracious, I could be friggin' wrong. I hope I'm not, but I think that I actually do need to be normal sized in order to do this. Watch, I might still do it, but I think I nearly just wasted the mineral water again. All right, moment of truth. Look at me. Oh, look at the PNG picture of me. We're dumping. Come on, baby, grow. The plant twitches. It's thriving. It goes upward. We did it. My giblets, Jiminy Christmas. We have conquered the puzzle of the garden, granting us access to this sign. North, Grenell Wall. East, Grenell Mines. Very good. Very good. Do we want to go to the mines? Do we want to go to the wall? I don't know, but that's a question for the next stream. Ladies and gentlemen, yes, we are going to take care of this next time. I stream every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So if you are checking this out on Twitch, I'll see you on one of those days. If you want to see the next installation of this, I'll have to see you Monday. But otherwise, you'll see this VOD up on Twitch or you'll see it up on YouTube. So allow me to say, first off, thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it, and I hope that you enjoyed yourself. There are so many Zelda streams you could have watched, so many streams in general. There's so much things you could have done with your time other than be on this video at all. You could be eating fruit. You could be sucking mushrooms. Who knows? You could be playing this game yourself, but you chose to watch it, and listen to me ramble about, and I am so thankful that you did because I had a great time, and it's my goal to bring you a great time, so I hope that was the case as well. If you did enjoy yourself, you can consider following the channel, subscribing to the YouTube channel, following along on Twitter or Instagram as well, where I am active every single day. I post daily LPs on YouTube. The current series is Paper Mario: The Thousand-Year Door, and afterwards, I am covering a Zelda game, so keep a lookout for that. Either which way though, like I said, I was just glad that you were here today on Twitch or on YouTube or however you're getting this, and I'll see you next time.